Timothy Liljegren expected to make his season debut. What do you want to see from him?
Well, I want to see this guy play with some confidence. I want to be, every time you see him on that screen, I want him to be snapping it, in a smart, capable, low risk position. I want him to be defending with confidence, skating well, defending well, being physical. And that's difficult to do. And he probably doesn't have a lot of confidence, right? He didn't have the camp that he probably wanted. Didn't get enough done in preseason to even get himself a job. And now, with the writing on the wall that they could be shopping him around. I mean, there's a lot on the guy's plate and it's going to be difficult, but sometimes you got to fake it, man, and put on that sense of confidence, remind yourself you're one of the best in the world and go out there and just do good things and do it hard and do it fast and do it with that confidence I'm talking about. So I'm looking for that out of him. Easier said than done, but I mean, to just go out there and be mediocre, I mean, it's not helping his stock with this team or with another team that may be interested. But again, I'd like to see him kind of puff his chest out a little bit and play with some pizzazz. Easier said than done when you keep getting knocked down the way he's been the last couple of weeks.
I'm with you on Lily. It's so easy to say, and you hear it a lot on broadcast, but simplify your game. I think consistency is a big word I would use when dissecting Timothy Liljegren's game. Sometimes he looks outstanding. Sometimes he looks pitiful. And I feel like I'm living the Marty Marincin days again. So I think if he can somehow find a way to stay consistent, we've seen so many scenarios where it feels like a player's on the outs and next thing you know, they find their game. And maybe he's a perfect example of a guy who finds his game under Craig Berube and stays with the organization. But rest assured, this is a big moment for Timothy Liljegren, not only with this team, but maybe his future too.
Yeah, and throughout your career, you're going to be in those positions where it's kind of do or die, and it's time, and you have an opportunity, and it's either you take it or it flounders, and that can be making teams, that can be have a scout watching you, that can be a big moment in the playoffs or an opportunity in overtime, or getting scratched and then finally getting a shot. All kinds of different scenarios where this happens, but yeah, it adds extra pressure where you're going, holy smokes, sometimes you don't feel in complete control of how good of a game you have, but there's times where it has to happen. And, you don't want to get caught forcing things or getting, away from your job. And yeah, you're supposed to keep it simple, but what if that doesn't yield any positive results or have me stand out in any positive way, shape, or form? It's tough. And you get thinking about that stuff at your pregame nap and the jitters and nerves get going. And, eventually you just want to get that game underway and see how it goes. But yeah, there's a lot on the line for him. It's not do or die this one game, but I mean, writing's on the wall. They're not thrilled with him. He doesn't seem to have a place here. They could trade him. Who's looking? What could that even look like? And like you said, if you go out and you light it up and you open those floodgates to start, being a guy that's leaned on a little bit more and you get your confidence going and start to stack together a bunch of different performances that are positive, all of a sudden the whole world can look different out of your from your eyes. So I'm sure he's looking for that. And, it's hard to know what's going to happen.
Many people feel like this is a showcase. I'm always careful with that word because I think depth is so important on the blue line. While I'm not the biggest Timothy Liljegren guy, Rosie, I still think you need depth. And I think he's a guy who can contribute. I mentioned it. I think consistency is the word I would use with him. He just can't find it, from a game-by-game basis. But I just want to see him, again, go in there, do his thing, simplify things, move the puck, be a bit physical. Like, I'm sure there's a checklist that the coaching staff has gone through with Liljegren, said, hey, just do this and we're good. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.